Recording in.
Hello and welcome to the Peak Endurance Podcast again. You're with me, Ron Tate, and
Me, Isabel Tate.
yes, correct. Well done. And today we're going to talk.
Well done. Thank you.
Today we're going to talk a little bit about what we did on the weekend.
So basically, it's just going to be an update. It's a
Yeah.
Macca's marathon debrief.
Yes.
Yes.
And
I'm still feeling crap. It's Wednesday. Is
we
it
were
Wednesday?
quite shell-shocked.
Oh my God. Nah. Oh my God. Oh,
Enough said.
that's it. Podcast done.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you for joining us.
Yes. So way back when we were young and innocent,
Yeah.
we thought, or I thought, I came up with this great
Yes.
idea.
When you say we,
We all mean the idiot on here. I thought there'd be a great, a funny, hilarious idea to do a Macca's marathon.
and wouldn't it be fun?
That's because I watch it on YouTube when people do it. It looks like so much fun when they do that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Never realizing how freaking horror. Oh my, horrible.
Well,
And like I'm just poisoned.
yeah.
I'm literally poisoned. Anyway, so it was originally going to be 35K,
Yeah.
with only 6 cheeseburgers, but me once again being an even bigger idiot, I thought go big or go home.
That's right. Why don't we
I
just
should have gone home.
Why don't we just make it a straight marathon?
Yes, and what kind of ultra runners are we if we only do 35K? Like, what's 35K? Like,
Yeah.
what is it even?
And
So
the reason I originally made it 35 was because it just made a nice block.
yes, a good block.
A good square visiting what turned out to be the first 6 McDonald's of what we ultimately did.
And I tell you though, you created the hilliest bloody course known to man.
Well, it has a little something to do with the fact of where we live, which is in basically the foothills of Mount Dandenong. So it's already hilly.
Yes, but we went over to Glen Waverley and Mulgrave and.
Well, we could have visited Belgrave.
No, but there's no Macca's in Belgrave. They're not stupid.
What's
Tacoma.
Oh, Tacoma, near enough.
Yeah.
So I could have sent us through that one.
You know what? I'm surprised you didn't, quite frankly.
It did cross my mind.
And I was getting rather grumpy about it just because
you sure were.
Food affects your mood.
But then you were getting grumpy about just about everything.
I was. And listen up, people, not in a bad way. I was just being a whinger. I wasn't getting angry at Ron. I was just whinging.
That's right.
Because it was horrible and it was hard and it was horrible and it was hard. And I could keep just repeating that because that's all it was.
Yes.
So we went to the first Macca's. And
it started off nice.
I mean, if you look at the photos that I put on the story or even that little teaser video, I've got a decent smile. I'm feeling happy. I'm like, this is going to be easy.
It was kind of fun and novel at that point.
Yeah, it was kind of, this is weird eating a cheeseburger this early in the morning.
It was just after 8:30, probably around 8:30.
Yeah,
We'd only done 4.5 Ks or something like that.
This is easy. Yeah. And it was all flat for, that bit or downhill. And then we went to Rowville. Oh, yeah, this is okay.
Still pretty happy.
Still pretty happy.
Smiles on the face.
Yeah. We did notice when we came out of the Rowville Macca's that our feet were so greasy we nearly slid off down the road.
We were standing in line waiting for our burgers, and we were actually doing the moonwalk through the restaurant because of
Ron thought I was going to do the splits because I was dancing so madly.
The floor was so slippery from the grease that they obviously mopped, i.e. just spread around.
Yes, just smeared it with a dirty mop.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then from there, then we went to Glen Waverley.
Mulgrave.
Okay. Yep.
Which is.
We'd been there before on a long run to get a bacon and egg McMuffin.
For anyone that knows, the southeastern suburbs of Melbourne, to get from Rowville to Mulgrave, you've got to climb a big hill up
and
past
it's just along this main road that just stretches on forever and a day.
The old AFL,
then an extra day.
The old AFL ground or VFL Park back when it was the VFL.
When I used to do bike crits.
Yeah. Is it basically on the side of a hill, and we had to run up that hill.
And it wasn't so much the hill; it was just the slog of a road. It was a headwind the entire freaking
And
way.
it had been raining all night, so
Everything was wet and gross.
the traffic is always louder on a wet road. So, and because we were basically running, at some point we were running almost in the gutter, like on the side of the road in the gutter.
So close to the road.
The
and it was
footpath's
so
not great.
noisy.
It was.
And I'm deaf in one ear and it was noisy. And so yeah, that was not the highlight of the day.
That was where things
started
and you will notice in
started their decline.
That third photo, the smile had vanished.
There wasn't. I was like, oh, I'm like, I went in there. Yeah, I'm fine. We ordered it, and I went, and I opened it. I went, my stomach instantly went, nah, fuck off. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be a little bit harder than I thought, because I thought I wouldn't feel sick to like number 6 or 7. But no, by 3, number 3.
Yeah.
I was feeling, and I was like, oh crap, this is going to be really hard, especially also because I knew how hilly it was for the next 55 McDonald's.
Of which we were only visiting 5.
Yes, but whatevs. I knew how hilly, and also just they were all on main roads.
Yeah, so we basically
we went past
Mulgrave
Park.
From Mulgrave, we ran all the way along Springvale Road.
Yeah, what a delight.
To Vermont. So
Vermont, we're not in America. We don't say Vermont.
Sorry, Vermont. So it's a very busy road, and particularly as we get further along, it gets hillier and hillier.
Yeah. We end up having to walk some of the hills just because my stomach.
By the time we left the next McDonald's, which was number 4 at in Glen Waverley,
we were walking some. Oh yeah, we went to Glen Waverley first. Yeah, you're right.
So we got all the way to Glen Waverley with no worries.
And then, God, and that was that was a terrible burger too.
And that was where Isabel was starting to wonder.
I was like, I don't know how I'm going to do it.
I was still not feeling great, but still in the zone of
you were still fine.
I can do this.
You didn't love it, but you didn't hate it like I did. Right? I was just like, my whole body was rebelling. Like it wasn't that I felt particularly sick. It was just like my body was like, no, and I'm like, but no.
So and so between Glen Waverley and Vermont, which is number 4 and number 5.
Anywho.
Yeah. We did actually start walking some of the bigger hills.
Admittedly, my knee was hurting.
Yeah.
So I'd had a really good massage the day before, but you know how these things are. They don't often kick in till the Sunday. And by Sunday, my knee was feeling great. But Saturday, I had so much done and had cupping bruises all over me. And so that's an excuse, but whatevs. I'm actually getting PTSD just talking about it. If you're not watching the YouTube, I'm actually closing my eyes because I'm actually starting to feel kind of nauseous again.
And also while we're at Glen Waverley or Vermont,
yes,
where we had the shake.
Vermont, we had the shake.
Okay, so yes, when we got to Vermont, we had our burgers, but also ordered.
To be honest, I actually found the shake refreshing.
We noticed at the earlier ones that they had a special for banana milkshakes.
Despicable Me.
Yes, they were having a promo.
Because we'd originally thought we'd have chocolate, and I hate that fake chocolate taste. Better than the fake strawberry, but the fake chocolate is just so. To be fair, now that I think about it, when I was younger, I used to love the Macca's thick shakes. I always got vanilla though.
Did you? How boring.
I'm just a bit vanilla.
I've always got chocolate. Chocolate's my thing.
Chocolate, it's that Neapolitan chocolate flavor. It's not chocolate. It's like chemical chocolate. Like, I don't know. I don't get it. But the banana.
There's one thing I love more than chocolate is lolly bananas.
Yeah, lolly bananas. I do like lolly bananas.
And that's what this wasn't a regular banana like a normal banana. It was
don't be fooled into thinking it had anything remotely to do with fruit. There was no fruit involved in the making of this banana thick shake.
It's the lolly bananas they're talking about.
And then I realized I hadn't brought my lactase, especially with the cheeseburgers, all that cheese, and maybe that's part of it.
Oh, I'm sure it helped you get through the rest because you were powered by gas.
Yes.
But
I was burping a lot. That was it. And luckily, Macca's have toilets because I was able to frequent them frequently.
So Vermont, we had the burgers and the shakes.
And like I said, I actually quite enjoyed the shake because it was cold
Yeah,
and it was sweet. It's funny because normally in runs, you eat just everything that you can eat tends to be sweet.
yeah.
And I get so sick of sweet and I think, oh, I must be just a completely savory person. But I was so sick of savory
Mm.
that something sweet actually tasted
Yeah.
good. And to be fair, when I drank it, I went, oh, I remember now how much I love these. I just love how thick they are.
Yeah. Yeah. So, um, so we'd been looking forward to that,
Actually, we
getting
hadn't.
the
I'd
shake.
been nervous. I'd been nervous about it. But then when I had it, I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
it's kind of good.
because we decided we were going to get banana earlier on,
Mm.
when we saw them on the board. So, um, I'd actually been looking forward to it because I, like that flavor. So, so yeah,
So we had that, and each time, originally when we started this, when we'd leave the Maccas, we'd just run out.
yeah,
And each time after we'd get out of the Maccas, we'd have to like walk for 500 meters
because it was,
in a state of depression.
yeah, because not only was it, you know, hard on the stomach to start running again
It
after
was
eating something
so
like that,
cold,
we would get cold again because it was a cold day. The
freezing.
Maccas, you get in there, particularly through the middle section where it was actually lunchtime, so they were busy.
Yeah,
So we would have to wait
for
for
ages.
ages.
Oh my God, this was an entire day that we
And
were
then
running.
we'd, sit down and eat, and then we'd get up to run again, and our legs would lock up,
And my knee was just like
yeah,
screaming at me.
and yeah, we'd walk out because we'd be inside, and then we'd walk out and it'd be freezing. So we'd, it
Shiver
was
and
just
shake.
hard to get going again.
It was horrible.
It was
Everything about it
it
was
was like doing a last man standing, where at the end of each lap you had to have a cheeseburger.
and that's why I
So
would never do a last man standing. Well, I think I wouldn't. I never said, I said I'd never do Barkley. I said
yeah,
never do Coast to Cozzy. Because starting again, I struggle with that. That's what I struggle with.
yeah.
But yes, oh
So
my God, it
after
was just my stuff. And we were running down there. I'm saying to everyone, I'm like, I said, I don't know. Like, I felt that overwhelmed feeling of, I honestly don't know if I can do this.
yeah,
Like, it was quite overwhelming for me because it was like, I just can't. I legit can't. And I was feeling nervous for getting to the next Macca's.
yeah. And there was we started that off with a long downhill, and that was hard because you got a full stomach and you're jiggling down the hill. So
which was then, of course, followed by a nice long uphill.
douche grade uphill.
With surprisingly, even though in a completely different direction, it was a headwind again.
I know. We turned the corner at Vermont, and we'd been into we'd been into a really steady headwind, going from Rowville to Mulgrave.
Which is what I said. I said going there, it was a strong.
And then we
headwind.
turned the corner and up Springvale Road, and we were still.
It's like a moderate headwind.
Yeah, it still had a headwind, but it was not as bad. But then we turned the corner again, and we still had the headwind.
And it was going back in the same direction we'd been in. It just beggars belief. Whenever Ron and I go for a run, we get a freaking headwind.
Yeah.
It just changes directions because God hates us.
So we did have a touch of trail. That was our only bit of trail, but mainly because I think the path moved to the other side of the road and we didn't.
Yeah.
But
yeah, so then we got to Five Ways, which is Wanturna. And it was beautiful and sunny at that stage, like really nice.
At that point, it had gotten sunny, so we sat outside there, undercover, but in the sun.
Yeah. And we just sat there staring at them. And it didn't help that mine had a great big mean ugly pickle hanging out of it looking at me. And it was just like, oh. And I was just like, oh, I can't. I can't.
And then
I can't.
I actually needed sugar, so I ordered a Coke as well.
And I had a few sips.
I just needed something. I was low on energy. I needed to pick me up of some
I was low on the will to live.
And so I ordered a Coke as well. And that actually went down really well. Like I needed that sugar burst.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Where did you get the surprise?
That was at the next one, I think. That was at Bayswater. So yeah, and then we had a long stretch. It felt long. Between,
and it's funny because we ate that burger, and then when you go out, you go past the place where couple of weeks ago, we'd had, all you can eat Japanese, and it was just like,
oh, cool, Japanese.
oh,
And then we
never
kind
going to
of,
be able to eat again.
Isabel said, "Oh, do you want all you can eat Japanese?" And we kind of laughed and then paused and then just sighed.
Oh, was it all you can eat Mac? Oh.
Yeah,
I mean, you look at a cheeseburger and it's like you could literally squish it down to nothingness, but I was getting the meat sweats just running. It was and I love to eat meat, but seriously, I thought I was going to become vegan.
Can I ask for the next cheeseburger without the burger?
Yeah, yeah, just bread.
Yeah. So,
although to be honest, that bread was so freaking dry, you needed something.
Oh yeah, no. As we got further and further on, the bread got harder and harder to eat.
And because we were eating it slower, the bread would get dry and stale. Like it'd be crusty, and the meat would be this shriveled up, hard. It was like jerky by the time I'd finish the burgers, because I was eating so slowly, because it was literally forcing it.
Yeah, so when we started, Isabel was,
I was faster than Rob.
Isabel is a faster eater than me normally. Like, we'll have the same meal, and she'll be finished well before me, just because I'm a slow eater.
And I just inhale my food.
But by the time we were like 3 or 4 in, you were getting slower.
By the third one, I was just. You were finishing, and I was still another 10, 15 minutes, just because, oh my God.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then we trotted off to Bayswater
along Mountain Highway,
and that was sort of closer than we expected.
Yeah, it was still. I think it was
like
about
3.5.
No, that one was actually more like 6.
Close.
Yeah. That was actually
my brain was addled from that.
Yeah, because we had to get all the way through Bayswater and across to Bayswater North.
Yeah, true. So we went in there.
Got there, and we ordered our burgers and sat down, and I opened mine up, and for a little bit of extra punishment, that included an extra patty.
So Ron had a triple
cheeseburger, and I felt compelled. Like, I could have just taken the patty out and not eaten it, but because it was there, I felt compelled to eat it.
It was hilarious.
But I was like, wait, I took a bite, and I'm looking at it going, hang on a minute, why can I see 3 patties? That doesn't look right. So I didn't have 8 double cheeseburgers. I had 7 double cheeseburgers and 1 triple cheeseburger.
I didn't even know they made them, but I guess you can ask for as many. You can ask for a quadruple if you wanted.
Yeah.
And of course, while we were there, because we were close to our stomping ground, in walks a student.
Yes.
And there we are, with the camera set up, me with the face of I don't know what on my face. And he's like, oh, hi.
A sourpuss.
Very much so. And he's like, oh, hi. And I'm like, yeah. And then, funnily enough, on Monday when I went into work, the first class that I had, there was he in the class. And he's like, and I mean, what are the chances of all the, and he's like, Miss, what were you doing in the Maccas? I'm like, oh, do you really want to know? He goes, yeah, you were all recording. And I told him, and the look on his face was like, oh, that just sounds horrible. And he wasn't far wrong.
No,
so yes,
when a teenager's saying that, it really must be horrible.
That's right. So that was funny. I hadn't even thought that we might see I might see students and that sort of thing in my time of shame eating McDonald's. Like, I don't eat that stuff.
No, but we certainly gave them every opportunity to see you, stopping at 8 of them.
Yes, well, over the other side, but I wouldn't see them. But yes, Basie, yes. Lots of. I think they'd come from basketball or something.
That's right. Yeah, they were wearing something.
Yeah. So, oh my God, by that stage, I had lost the will to live.
Yeah. So that.
But I have to admit, I did perk up a bit for the last one, because I knew it was going to be the last one. I ate that a bit faster than I'd eaten the previous ones. But we haven't got there.
Yeah. So we ran, along Canterbury Road, and then turned up Dorset Road in heading towards
and
Boronia.
We knew it wasn't going to be 42.2 k's.
No.
So we knew we had to do extra.
Yeah.
And, that was a moment of joy, I must say.
Because I'd measured the course on Strava, which always is a little bit short than what you get.
Yeah.
So and because we knew the area and knew how far we were from home, we knew we weren't going to quite quite get there. I mean, funnily enough, I was going to get there.
Yeah, because he was a kilometre more than me.
My watch was showing a kilometre ahead of Isabel's.
But I'm like, just in case, I can't. I have to get 42.2.
So I was going to get there, but Isabel wasn't. So we decided to just.
So we had a
do
little bit extra here and there.
But halfway there, I had to.
Oh, you nearly passed out.
I had to stop and have a moment because it hit me really badly. Like I think we were probably at about 37 to 38 Ks.
Yeah.
And it hit me hard. Like I
just had to triple cheeseburger.
Yeah, I had to stop and put my hands on my knees and just really, really think about life and
and why you married me.
What brought me to this point in time?
You're marrying me, you fool.
So that lasted about 5 minutes, and then we
were able to keep going. And then when we got to Baronia, he ordered a large.
Yeah, I needed more sugar. It was either that or you're going to have to piggyback me home. So we had our final one in Baronia.
That's our home Macca's.
Yeah, and that was.
It wasn't, to me, it wasn't as bad as the others because I knew it was the last and I knew we were going home.
Yeah.
But honestly, we left essentially, let's say 8 a.m.
Yeah.
And what time did we get home? 3:30?
Yeah.
4?
I think it was
4?
Yeah. It was
oh my God, it was a long bloody day.
Yeah. And I remember
it was a lot. And of course, I course corrected the course once I got home and I got well over 42.2, but you just can't guarantee.
Yeah. So
what are you going to say?
We were sitting, we'd sat down at the McDonald's, we had our burgers, and I was looking at it, getting ready to eat it, and I found I couldn't even swallow my spit. I was like, I can't, how am I going to swallow this? Because I can't even swallow my spit.
Yeah. It was just so salty. Like, I know the buns are sweet and it's got a sweet taste, but just between every Macca's I'd be running with this god awful salty McDonald's-y sort of my mouth tasted foul until Monday.
Yeah.
My mouth honestly tasted foul till Monday. It was foul.
Yeah.
And then we managed to get home.
We did. I was as we're getting close to home, I could at one stage I
cried.
No, I could feel the vomit coming up the back of my throat. But I luckily managed to keep it down.
It was just horrendous. So then we got home and I said, I have to have a hot bath because I am so cold. Yeah. My bones were cold. So we had a hot bath and then, I just sat on the couch in my pajamas. It was like 5 o'clock and a blanket. And I felt like, those times when you've been sick with the flu and you finally can get out of bed and sit on the couch. It's like, woo, I'm finally well enough to sit on the couch. That's what it felt like. Yeah. Like I was recovering from the flu. I felt so bad.
Yeah.
So, oh my God.
So, and really all we could do after that was we just sat on the couch. We
couldn't even watch television.
We read.
I couldn't concentrate. I didn't even really read. I just flicked on social media. My brain didn't work. I had a headache. I felt like I was recovering from the flu. Like I felt like I'd been poisoned, which unsurprising. Well, I had been.
Yeah.
It was terrible. And then by about 7 o'clock, you had some cereal.
Mainly because I knew I would need something through the night. Like I'd wake up in the middle of the night hungry if I didn't.
And I ended up getting jealous again. Yeah. And I had like a quarter of what you had.
Yeah.
But and it was good. I thought, that's what I need. But as soon as I finished, I was like, oh God. And I felt so sick.
Mm.
And then all through the night, I had that god awful taste in my mouth. I'd wake up going, blah, blah, and it was just this weird, salty, gross taste that I don't even know how to describe. It was just hideous.
Yeah. And then anyway, the next day, as we do on a Sunday, we went for a nice, easy recovery run.
First, when we woke up, I said, I don't know if I could run. Then I had coffee and suddenly the world was a better place again. So we went and did, how far did we do? 15, 16 Ks?
I think it was about 16.
Yeah, we ran up to the hills, did 16.
Yeah, basically we've got a bit of a loop, a rough loop that we do, where we go up from our place up to One Tree Hill and then loop around and
Yeah, come down again.
come back down again.
And I'm glad we went out because I think my body kind of needed that to kind of, I don't know,
Yeah.
try and detoxify. But
I just found that I was still struggling to catch my breath. Like
yes, that's right.
it felt like I couldn't get a full chest of air
Yeah.
for whatever reason, like whether it was just my stomach was still
Yeah.
full or I don't know, but I just felt like I couldn't get a full breath.
Yeah. Well, yep, that's fair. And I felt semi okay, but I'd been to the toilet about 300 times before we left. So, and then then Monday, well, Sunday night I was still feeling dodge-ish, but we managed to have a healthy dinner. So that was good.
Yeah, that's right.
And then Monday I was a bit blurred. When you were still feeling sick yesterday,
Monday,
Tuesday,
well, it hit me on Monday. Like my stomach rebelled on Monday, and
I thought it was yesterday for some reason.
No, it was Monday.
Yeah.
And so that wasn't pretty on Monday.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I guess it just had a delayed response. I don't know. It was just purging all the crap out of myself.
And I just haven't felt right since then. I felt heavy and my body's felt blur and I just have felt ordinary.
Yeah. And I mean, I've just felt tired and run down. So.
Well, I think that's probably kind of what I'm feeling. And I think it's still the body trying to process and get all that crapola out of us. And you've got to remember that's all we ate other than that little bit of cereal. That's all we ate for an entire day. We didn't eat anything else.
No.
Like just cheeseburgers. Like normally you'd have breakfast, lunch, dinner, and a snack or two here and there. Yeah. No, we just ate cheeseburgers.
That was a
oh my God, what the hell? And you should see my credit card on my phone. It's just the icon of McDonald's. It was hilarious. Yeah, but
so I guess the wash up of it is don't just eat McDonald's all day.
Oh my God,
it's not good for you.
So bad for you. Like it's okay, I guess, as a treat once every 10 years, but
it is not healthy. It did
affect my
processed.
mood. Like I was feeling really down and shitty and upset and I've been feeling quite high anxiety since then. It's just been awful.
Yeah.
Like awful. Yeah. Like really. Oh my God. Like, and I was thinking I'm like, I thought this was meant to be funny. This was going to be funny. Like I'll be laughing, going, oh, the crazy things we do. No, it was just depressing.
It was.
Don't worry, the video is not going to be fully depressing. Although we kind of had, like, the videos were starting to go for a very long time. So we kind of just cut them short because we couldn't wait for me to finish everything because the battery wouldn't have lasted that long.
We would get our burgers and we'd sit down and we'd just get that 1,000-yard stare and just.
I felt like I had the ultra runner stare, when you're at like mile 90 and you've just got that weird ass stare on your face. That's how I felt. Like, honestly. And who knew that just food could do that? Because we can run 42K. It's not a problem. It's not the distance.
No, it wasn't the distance.
It wasn't the running. It was just the effect of that food. Like,
and I even said, like, towards the end, I was surprised. My legs actually felt all right.
Yeah.
But it was mainly because I was so concerned with my stomach.
Yes.
Normally after,
42K is on the road. Like, it is hard on the legs. We're not used to that.
Yeah. But if I had to complain about anything, it was my stomach, not my legs.
Well, I mean, I didn't so much feel sick in the stomach. It's just that I felt like I couldn't do it. But what I noticed was my knee hurt more than it ever had. And what was interesting is the other knee hurt exactly the same. Like sharp under the knee. Everything felt painful. My body felt painful. And all I can think is it was instant inflammation from the shitty processed food.
Yeah.
My body was painful from about the third one.
Yeah.
And it was just, and headaches and painful and feeling miserable within myself, like not miserable, I don't know, but just not feeling happy, like normally I'm pretty happy go lucky, like, whatever. And certainly when we run, I am generally, unless I'm not feeling well. And I was definitely not feeling well. Like, it's just remarkable the effect that food has. I mean, I've always believed that. I've always said, when I have junk food on a Sunday night, I run and I feel shitty on Monday morning.
Yeah.
But I was feeling shitty in the moment,
Yeah.
like, because that's how quickly it affects you.
Yeah.
But wowzers, just, don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, so now I've just got to make the full video. I have put a teaser video out if you want to go onto Instagram and have a bit of a look-see on the Peak Endurance Coaching page. I should probably post it to the podcast one too.
Yeah.
But oh my word. Oh. So I'm looking forward to the beer marathon.
Oh, golly.
It's funny. We met what's his name at the gym?
Scobie,
yeah, at the gym, and he's like, oh, so Ron sort of said what we did, and he goes, well, why do you do those things?
And we kind of
and I'm like, because I just keep coming up with stupid ideas.
And I kept saying yes.
Yeah, you're the enabler. You're an enabler, Ron. It's your fault. Yeah. You need to be the voice of reason. Because seriously, I think up some things, and but I reckon the beer marathon will be fun. Surely that will be fun. Surely.
I just don't know who's going to be navigating by the end. Like how we're going to find the last couple, because there's not going to be a lot of straight thinking going on.
No, I know. Because what could go wrong with 8 beers?
Oh God. I mean,
that's a lot of beer.
It is, and particularly for us, as amateurish as we are at drinking nowadays.
We never drink these days. Except for when we're on the podcast, like the other podcast, we have one drink here or there,
and that's it.
And then I go, I feel sick. So this is bound to end well.
Right.
But of course, it only happens if we get to 400 subscribers, which I'm starting to think we need to make it 40,000 or something. Because 400 subscribers, then we'll do the beer marathon. But oh my God, definitely. Is there a smaller size than a pot?
No, you can't. You
can't get a thimble.
You can't buy a shot of beer.
Oh damn!
In some places, I don't think you can even get a pot anymore.
Oh, because they don't make enough money or something.
Well, most pubs you can get pots.
But that's where we're going.
Yeah, but there's only so many pubs. We're going to have to go to bars and things as well. It's not.
Then we'll get a shot at them. Just a shot. That might be easier. Like a butterscotch schnapps or something. That'll go.
Oh yeah, no, that'll be much easier. Yeah. That'll be easier. Oh, famous last word.
I know. It'll be fun. Just like
Trust me. Not only should we drink 8 drinks, but we should mix them as well.
I know, blue curacao, because it gives you the best vomit. I should know. Oh, my misspent youth. That's in flaming Lamborghinis, my friends. Anyhow, but that's it. We've got 70 more subscribers to get. That's not going to happen within the foreseeable future.
Yeah, until we're 60. then we'll be doing it.
Which isn't that far away. So, calm your farm. God, that's scary. Anyway, so the Macca's marathon. Oh God, I think I have nightmares every night about it.
No.
It's really, that was so much harder than I expected it to be.
I did initially come up with a half marathon, which you poo-pooed pretty quickly.
Oh, did you? I don't remember.
Yeah, when I was doing the 30K, you said, but why 30K? That's a nothing. So I did a half marathon, and then.
But really, where was it? Because I would have easily done 4.
Yeah, and that's what it was. It was 4 over 20.
Yeah, that's not enough. That's not enough. I agree.
So
go hard or go home.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, if you can't make yourself sick, what's the point of doing it?
Yeah. Oh no. Oh, that was so bad. Oh my God. Yeah. I thought I was never going to eat again.
That's right. And the worst of it wasn't just on the day. I mean, it felt shit on the day, but we were feeling shit.
Well, I reckon I'm still a bit. I've been having a lot of Meniere's symptoms today, and I reckon that's probably down to that a little bit. My body's in a state of flux because it's like, what the hell have you done to it? So So anyway, the things we do.
Yes, that's right. We do it for fun.
Yep.
There was so much fun
That
being
was
had.
so fun. Anyway, hopefully you have fun watching the video when it comes out. And yeah, oh God. I just, as soon as I think about it, I just go, oh God. Like I would literally pick up the burger and bring it to my mouth to take a bite, and my mouth would not open.
That's
It
right.
literally wouldn't
You
open.
did that like 3 times in a row before you took your first
Yeah,
bite.
and I'd just bring it up, and my mouth just would not open. I literally had no more control. It was like my mom was like, "No, we're going to protect you. We're not going to open your mouth." And finally, I had to, prise it open, and because it was really, really, really hard. The things we do for you, dear listener.
Yes, and what were the calorie counts in the end? I
Oh,
think
good Lord. Oh, mine was I consumed 2,700 calories and I burnt in the run 2,600 calories. Now, on the run, you consumed,
I think it was around 4,300 calories.
yes, let's have a look here.
Yeah.
4,366 calories, and I think you burnt about 3,200 or something.
Yeah.
3,300. But those were the Cokes. I mean, you've written on the Facebook that you had a thick shake. Well, I had one too.
Well, I meant.
Yeah, but you had two, a medium Coke and a large, or was it too large?
No, it was a
medium and a large Coke.
Yeah.
Like that was that. I mean, so that adds a lot. And of course, he had double cheeseburgers, and we didn't account for the third burger in the triple cheeseburger, so that's probably even more.
Yeah. So a lot of calories. I mean, normally when we do a long run, it's a calorie deficit.
Yeah.
It was not a calorie deficit.
Oh my God, no! I've never eaten more than what I've burned in a run.
Yeah.
So maybe. Yeah, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Just don't do it.
Don't do it, is what you're trying to say.
Oh my God,
don't
because it's honestly, you get a hangover, a McDonald's hangover. And I'd rather, I don't know. At least when you get drunk, you have fun. And then you have a hangover. Didn't even have fun and still had the hangover.
That's right. Yeah, the hangover without the fun.
So where was the upside to that? And I spent about $100 on crap food.
I know. We spent the same as what we would on a good night out with lots of nice food and alcohol.
Well, we'd spend more than that, $100 on a good night out.
Yeah, but you spent more than $100. It was more than $100, wasn't it?
I don't know. I didn't add it up.
Oh. Yeah.
But yeah, it was $20 sometimes. And what's remarkable as well is that at each Macca's, it was a different price.
Yeah, which kind of shocked me.
The first two were the same, $11.15 for two of them. And then the next one was $10.70. And I mean, we bought other things on top. So I was checking because it was like, I noticed that they were starting to become different. And after that, they were all different.
Yeah.
All different. Quite interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess they all pay different rates and different not different taxes, different council rates and that sort of stuff for the different areas. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. It's funny though. You think all the Maccas, particularly in an area, because it's not like we were running
to different states.
I mean, we were still within a very similar area of Melbourne. But yeah, they were charging different prices.
Yeah, very strange. Anyway, so that was that. And so learn from us. Don't be an idiot.
Looks like fun. It's not.
Because, some people were like, oh, we should do this. It looks like a good idea. I'm like, no. I'm like, yeah, go do it. No.
Go do it. Tell us what it was like.
Yes. Yeah, but we did it, we got it done, it was hard, but we're harder.
It didn't beat us.
No.
Just. It was a close run thing.
Yeah, it was lucky it wasn't a 50K. Lucky we didn't do an ultra because, oh my God, can you imagine?
Another one.
And imagine if we'd had more subscribers and had to have more thick shake. Oh, I mean, the one thick shake was fine, but yeah, I don't know if I could, especially. Anyway, it's over now.
It is.
Phew, that's that done.
Yeah.
All right. So thanks for listening, people. And next week we will be chatting about something else.
Yeah.
And that will be the last pod with me in Australia and you Australia.
The next one will be
the one after that will be, I'll be in Canada and you'll be here
one of us will be very tired because it'll probably be the middle of the night for one of us.
Yes. Well, which one will it be? Well, it'll
Yeah.
have to be you because you can't do it during the day because you're working.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh. All right. Well, thanks for listening. And
Stay tuned for the video.
yes, it will be coming as soon as I get it all edited. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.
Bye.